Hello, this is Decoherent, and welcome back to some more Torment Tides of Numenera. So, last episode we finally gathered our party and ventured forth to the Valley of Dead Heroes, which is not as welcoming a place that I'd hoped. Upon landing, we immediately ran into two new cults. There is the Memorialists, and then some more of these Endless Circle, which is actually a hallway people. And, okay, seriously, what's up with the religions in this game? They're all like circles of blood and eating corpses and stuff. Like, why aren't there like Episcopalians or Lutherans? Like, maybe instead of awakening dead gods, you could have, like, a nice Sunday brunch, you know, with a hot dish and some bars. I've always thought that if someone's religion sales pitch involves the phrase nameless horror, you should probably just smile and keep walking. There are other religions. Anyway, I guess the point is, stay in school, kids. So we found these weird, like, tears in space that may or may not actually be teleporter things. I haven't decided if I'm going to poke at them yet. We've got this thing over here that apparently doesn't go anywhere. That seems like a terrible idea. We've got whatever is going on here. This is some foul-smelling liquid that pours out of these spouts to the rest of the valley far below. Its mist feels cool in the bright sun. This is never good. Fine. Anyway, and this is not exactly the most welcoming place either. I mean, jeez. Lasciate ogni speranza voi qui entrata, if I remember my Dante correctly, and I'm pretty sure that I do not. So, anyway, off we go.
Go.
Yes, that's what I said. Go. So, we've got a whole bunch of this stuff that's not actually lava. Kind of a nifty demon cat there. I like that. This glowing liquid seeps out from cracks deep within this central hill. Alright. This symbol is painted everywhere, so much that the air is thick with the coppery scent of blood, both dry and fresh. Ooh, I can go poke at that, and we will momentarily. Do we walk around? Do we go talk to Blob of 3, or Colo, or... Hey look, it's more teleporters. Let's follow the right-hand rule and go this way.
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
I'm depending on your good cheer. Okay, we've got Colo and Notley, and what looks suspiciously like a corpse. Notley, let's say hi. Alright, hack it off right there. What? Colo seems distracted or disturbed. The cultist mutters a reply to a question you did not hear. He barks a laugh to a quip that was not told. Indeed, he seems only loosely aware of everyone else's presence. He brings a cleaver down just inches from the other's hand. Will you watch what you're doing? You nearly severed my arm instead of his. The air around him becomes as hazy as a smile. Sorry? Didn't catch that. Too much going on. The two cultists break off their conversation as they notice you. The man, big, raw-boned, and unsettlingly unfocused, steps over the corpse they've been hacking up and raises his butcher knife. You again, he says, glaring at you. And without that crazy redhead this time. Good. You haven't got a chance without her. What? Me again? Have we met before? He sneers. Fought you off 3 times so far walking through here. Twice that redhead did for me, but I still put my knife in your neck in every stream. Whichever way it goes, you're done. What? What redhead are you talking about? The one like me. Stopped 2 of my lines so far, he grins. But she's not in this one, is she? Can you see into other realities? I see everywhere, meatbag. Everywhere. Alright, I don't really want to fight you. He laughs darkly. Then you shouldn't have stumbled past me. I don't really want to fight him. I mean, I could. I guess I didn't look at his stats, but... We're not exactly a pushover group here. Let's go with Intimidate, because Eridas. You idiot. Now that you warned me, you've lost your advantage. Put your knife away before I hurt you with it. I can't remember if anyone else has good deception. You're not bad. Or intimidation, I mean. Should I just roll an 85? Yeah, and then expend the minimum effort. Yes. He stares at you for a moment, then looks around as if at other people or things you can't see. Finally, he shrugs, sullen, and sheaths his butcher knife. Fine, but this valley is the territory of the children of the Endless Gate. You pass here at our pleasure. Notley says, and we butcher those that displease us. So watch it. They turn back to the body. Just stay out of our way, huh? Alright. Whatever.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, this is great. I love everything here. This is gonna be fine.
On it.
This 5-meter long black slab of basalt, or perhaps obsidian, how can you not tell the difference? Come on. Has been smoothed by age. A stone statue holds the slab at an angle, lifting it to the sky, or he is lowering it. It is impossible to determine whether the incline is real or if you imagine it. At the top end, you can see a window into another reality, a portal wide enough to step through. On the other side is what looks like a harsh and angular world. So let's look at the statue first. It is a gray statue of a robed man with an ornate warhammer strapped to his back, holding the obelisk aloft, or setting it down gently, with his muscular arms. He exudes a fierce determination, as if he were using every quantum of energy in raising or lowering the great slab. A sign has been added to his back, a childish scrawl that reads, "The Saint of Proverbs." Alright, well, this is a promising start. Ah, it seems that the statue has slightly shifted position since you came across it. You're not quite sure, but something about its posture seems slightly different. The sculptor's cunning is such that the statue's eyes follow you wherever you go. And again, you have the strangest feeling that its expression has changed slightly. Okay, you're not a statue. Are you raising the slab or lowering it? The statue does not answer you. Perhaps it cannot answer you. Okay, let's look carefully at this slab here. It seems perfectly smooth. Some loving hand has polished it to a mirror gloss, although distortions beneath its surface change your appearance with every slight movement. As you lean in to examine it, your reflection appears unspeakingly beautiful. A few centimeters closer, and it becomes a shrieking horror. See? What did I say about the horrors? This close, you can feel a dense psychic weight around the obelisk, as if a culture's hopes and expectations had been packed into a single solid form. The thought of meeting these expectations and ascending the incline is, well, daunting. Well, I don't want to go through a portal. Let's, we'll come back.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, pretty. Let's keep walking
Why not?
around. Okay, so there's no way up there without using the little teleporters. Okay, that's fine. So there was Blob of 3 over here. Let's go chat with him and poke at the demon cat statue because, seriously, demon cats. Not a monster cat. It's definitely a demon cat. Monster cats are awesome.
Here I go.
Blob of 3. So, what's your story? This corpulent mass is almost too large, but slowly you realize it is 3 beings somehow melded together into one, a fleshy jumble of 3 faces on a single head protruding from a shapeless mass of a torso. 2 of the faces track your approach, while the third mutters under its breath. When it speaks, the 3 voices blend into one buzzing, angry harmony. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you want. Do you also seek the mask? Did you climb the leaning obelisk here in the valley, held aloft by St. Proverbius? The third face begins cursing and drooling. Slimy Jolien, wizened, hate them, cold and red. It trails off as if dazed. When it resumes, it's looking in another direction entirely. Ill, so ill. You saw St. Proverbius. We feel the mask of its eyes on you. Free him. It makes no matter if he lives or dies. Free him how? Climb the obelisk, reach the portal. It may crush him, but he will not bear the weight any longer. So, so what exactly are you, to begin our conversation? An astute question, thank you. We are 3, a glaive, a jack, a nano, missing but 1. We require a 4th. We seek knowledge here in the valley. We pursue the wisdom of the ancients in this fallen age. We assess. We judge. But humanity is on the decline. It is only through purity and adherence to the old ways that we achieve enlightenment. I'm sorry I can't stutter through this, but if you sort of imagine Shodan saying this, then you're probably pretty good, running and panting through her corridors. Anyway. Well, if you're looking for someone with wisdom, look elsewhere. We scoff in the face of wiseness. We laugh at danger. We lost the train of thought. No matter. The blob stares at him incredulous. You have the aura of a hero and the mind of a simpleton. Can your lineage really be so sullied? So how did you become to be this way? We climbed the leading obelisk to see the Mask of Prosper. Everyone should climb the obelisk. We entered the portal. We emerged on the other side as you see us. A maze surrounded us, over which the painful shadow of a deity was cast. It was a labyrinth of straight corridors and right angles, full of traps, puzzles, and monsters. At last we emerged, and now dream of the way to return, to optimize our experience. So, I have a new plan, and that involves not entering the portal, because although I like these folks that I'm hanging out with, I'm not particularly interested in fusing with them. Although I'd love to go poke around in another dimension, but perhaps not in its little rat lab. Anywho, so when you say you need a fourth, what do you mean? A fourth to join us, to complete us, to square our circle. Someone to sing to us, to unite us. Suggest someone. What? Leave me out of this, Rin whispers at your side. I don't particularly think any of us should join you. The three faces all strain to seize control of the body, and they stare at you as best they are able. What? What is wrong with us? We are perfect, pure, old guard of the old ways, protectors of truth. The blob pauses for a moment, but respect you for speaking mind. The second face says, need one who is similar to us, one who knows songs of power. The first face replies, there are none like us, none. We are pure, pure. The third face gibbers profanity. You don't understand its words, but its meaning is clear. It hates everyone and everything, including itself, or possibly but itself, sorry. So, what's this mask that you're talking about? The Mask of Prosper, the true sight. A treasure for the knowledgeable, a useless scrap for those who cannot see. We know its truths, for its secrets are ours, not for the weak, and not for the stupid. Huh. So what can you tell me about this area? Place of ancient knowledge, a place to rest, recover, think, and discuss. The memorialists have helped to locate and understand, but they are being supplanted by the new. The third face mutters, hate new. The head nods vigorously and proudly. The second face says, the new leave us alone. They fear Blob of Three. The third face adds, as should all. We are prestigious. Okay, well, good luck to you. If I find someone that seems like they want to merge with a blob, I know where to send them. Good talk. You'll be back. Ugh. Alright, Demon Cat.
Yes. Now.
Rising before you is a tall and tapering obelisk crowned with the carved stone head of some elegant, sharp-eared animal with 6 eyes. Wrapping around the obelisk are bands of engraved hieroglyphs. Let's look at the hieroglyphs first. Except for 4 stylized pictures of the same sharp-eared animal that tops the obelisk, the pictographs make no sense to you. So let's examine the stone head. The carved head, mounted on the top of the obelisk, stares out into the distance, its eyes empty and mournful. Is there anything on the base of the obelisk? The base of the obelisk is smooth, untouched by any weathering or other troubles that seem to have eroded much of the other ruins in this place. It sits in a pool of acrid liquid. The liquid smells foul and caustic, but the obelisk appears undamaged. It's unclear how much more of the obelisk lies beneath the pool. The statue's head seems to move until its eyes stare directly into yours. They are still mournful, but no longer empty. A faint, beckoning glimmer shines within. You turn to your companions, but they don't seem to notice that anything strange has happened. Alright. You know, when a statue with glowing eyes decides to lock eyes with you, the smart thing to do is to turn around and walk away. On the other hand, no one has accused me of being smart recently, so let's try to meet its 6 eyes with my puny 2. A wave of dizziness overcomes you as you gaze into the statue's eyes. You are no longer facing the obelisk. Indeed, you are no longer human. The tail of the dead lock in your mouth drags along the ground as you creep through the dense foliage to the temple. You peek out through the gandu fronds and see the old monk, Nimu, shucking how pods on the weathered steps. You pad out to greet him, and he grins toothlessly at the sight of you. There she is, he says, chuckling. There's my brave hunter, and with a gift. How thoughtful. You drop the lock at his feet and arch your back as he strokes your fur and adjusts your collar. But your work isn't done, sweet girl. There's locks aplenty in the grain room. Bring me a dozen more before I finish these hows, and I'll give you your favorite nibble. A dozen locks is nothing to a hunter of your skill. You pad off to the granary, ready for battle. The obelisk reappears, and you realize that your joy was remembered only. So, there are excellent theories that the origin of domestic cats was actually due to needing to keep rats out of granaries from early settlements. It's a good trade-off, too. Shelter, easy food. Anyway, enough about cats. Well, there's never enough about cats, but...
If you want a
okay.
job done right.
So far, so good. Alright, we've got a guy up here and something really cool looking. Is that the thing that's making this incredibly irritating sound?
If you want a job done right.
So I'm not gonna lie, it's really irritating. This thing is really cool, though. Quite as cool as Demon Cat, but still. And we can just walk up here, right?
All right.
Okay, yes. Oh, I can interact with that pool, too. Guy. Mystery light in a cage. Pool of nasty. Hole in reality. What was this thing, anyway? It looks like a creature of some kind, or maybe it used to be a statue? These claws aren't terribly promising, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's talk to Phoenix first. The man looks nice enough, and seems unassuming at best, but, and this is the strangest feeling, it's almost as if he doesn't exist. As you try to focus on him, a sense of dread builds in you. You're not afraid exactly, but you know that you aren't safe. You'll want my name. It's been long since I spoke it. Let's see. How about you call me Fens? No, that's terrible. Hang on. He starts muttering. Finks, Foens, Phoenix. Yes, that's it. Phoenix. Call me Phoenix. Hi, Phoenix. He steps forward and puts a hand on your shoulder. You have come here. Perhaps you obey the call of the tombs and give me what I need. I tell you, I need answers. Someone gave me a note. It said to come here, and I would find my answers. I would find the truth. But I can't understand this note. His eyes burn, literally, ugh, although his face seems untouched. What use is power if I cannot understand? What is the purpose of my power if I cannot see? Ask me. I do not know. Can I see the note? I might be able to shed some light on it. I'm a helpful fellow. He slows. Ask me of wisdom, and I may grant it to you.
Making a note.
If you can show me that you know, then I will share my knowledge with you. So, let us talk. You will ask me your questions, and with them, you will share your insights. I don't quite understand the way he's phrasing things. Show me that I know. Know what? You would find your answers that would be truth and give you power? Huh. Okay. What are you doing here? I seek. I was given a note, a strange note, a note that told me to come here and that I would find the answers I need. Something about him pulses, an almost subsonic beat, and you stagger slightly. Anger creases his brow. I hold it and I study it. I read it, yet I do not understand. He points a finger that cycles through the color of the rainbow. So how do I learn it? How can I answer that without looking at it? He nods his head. A good answer. A knowledge seeker's answer. You do not learn by assertion. I can study it more, or perhaps you can help. Well, can I see it? You joke, yes? You have not yet proven to me that you have the inquisitive mind that can unlock its secrets. Okay. Oh, tidal surge. Okay, we'll come back to that. Are you from this world? He pauses, frowning. It is familiar to me, the lines, the curves, the structures. But it is like a poor sketch of the world I remember. I see its textures, its strokes, and I see the medium on which it is drawn. But I can lift the sketch and see the truth beneath it. I do not know my origins. So why is it that you can't remember your name? Names are a construct of consciousness, but is there some fundamental importance to them? Or to consciousness itself? Is there fundamental importance to consciousness? Okay, well, I'm not a nihilist. No. Yes, although I think the importance is what we make it. So a self-assigned importance. What makes consciousness so special that it can determine its worth? I have seen a world of crystalline life that built greater things than the ninth world, without consciousness. Why should a mind grant itself a special prize for its appreciation of itself? He waves a hand in dismissal. Whatever, dude. Can you tell me about yourself? I have decided. My name is Phoenix. He says the name as though tasting a new wine. He holds up his hand, and for a moment you can see a light fading through it. I am a seeker? Is that how one would say it? Yes, I am a seeker. It is wisdom. Wisdom I seek. I don't buy that. He closes his eyes and starts laughing. All the things I've found. Uh-huh. His eyes snap open. The structure of the world is not as you imagine. What you see and feel is nothing more than the varied instructions of fundamental forces that apply rules to subsequent large pieces. These pieces become what we call matter, what we call meat, what we call reality. He reaches out to touch your shoulder, and his hand passes right through you, and you feel nothing. This guy is a few fries short of a Happy Meal. He reaches out again, and this time his touch is cold, it is fire, it is acid and starshine, but you are undamaged. Enlightenment comes from within, he whispers, and begins to cackle. Or does it come from without? I didn't realize I was going to walk into like an oral quiz, by the way. I'm actually thinking seriously about these, not like RPing this. I think it can come from both within and without. It can, his eyes gleam. Find answers within, let another show you the path. Both lead to surprising destinations if you let them. Have you had any trouble with the cultists here? He smiles. Trouble? Not for me. They have come for me many times. They do not leave. The fact that he stands in the middle of the valley, alone and safe, supports his story. Okay. Let's use our tidal surge option. Something always bad seems to happen when you do this. The tides coil and constrict around Phoenix, and for a moment surprise fills his face. Then he laughs. You think to compel me with your tricks of energy? I am not made of such crude stuff. But if you are determined to know, and if you would risk your sanity and mine to uncover these answers, then I believe your determination. I'm not sure I am, but here we are. He hands you a piece of engraved synth. Return if you are able to find my answer. Phoenix's note. This ragged synth square is engraved with scrawls and symbols, presumably some kind of writing, but it is mostly unfamiliar to you. Phoenix says the note told him to come to the Valley of Dead Heroes, and that he would find the answers he needs. He gave it to you because he has found no answers, but he is not so far. Because he has found no answers... Okay, that's a little redundant. He hopes you will find them in his place. Although the engraved symbols are mostly incomprehensible, 4 numbers are written in the truth, 1 in each line of text. 1, 5, 3, and 5. Okay. Note time. Although I'm going to have this thing in my pocket, but still. 1, 5, 3, 5. Primes, I prefer. Blue Tide raised a huge amount. Huh. Very well. Did that change my dominant tide? Nope, still gold. So, this place isn't weird at all. Silk ribbons and banners flap softly against stone. These decorations are recent, perhaps several years old, but like everything else here, they've been forgotten. Okay, so now I've got some options. Do I... Huh, there must be some way out of here. I have both a Joker and a Thief, don't I? Do I start walking through reality holes and see what happens? Do I look in this portal that, I'm not gonna lie, made very poor things happen to Blob of 3? I'm gonna have to think carefully about that. Okay, so what's up with our pool of acid stuff here? Bubbles rise from the pool before you, and its barren edges are crusted with a white rime. The acid reek of the water makes your eyes tear up. The rime and reek around the pool suggests that the water has a dangerously high alkaline content. It would be dangerous to drink, or even touch. Drink from the pool. Okay, let's not touch it. Despite the bubbles and deep color, The water is crystal clear. No, it's not. And you can see down into the depths of the pool. There is a brassy metallic globe down there, caked with rime, but otherwise whole. Unfortunately, it is too far down to reach without diving in. This is a terrible idea. We'll remember that.
Yes. Now.
A tall wire and metal frame stands on top of a synth base. The base contains dozens of carvings in a foreign script. The frame has been cunningly devised from strange materials, and within it colored lights curl and interact like smoke, dancing in a wavering helix. The lights occasionally combine to create human figures, which dissolve in a second or two without ever resolving into distinct features. Huh, let's try to decipher the meaning of this. Oh. Easy. Upon closer inspection, you believe this monument, or at least parts of it, to be a recent addition to the valley. Nearly everything around here is weathered, buried, or in decay, and while the synth base meets these criteria, the carvings within it look relatively fresh. There are even a few synth shavings still resting at the base of the monument. Likewise, the wire and metal frame has been built from several pieces and materials, all grafted onto the synth base. So the script is a Ninth World language then, but not the truth. Perhaps it was carved by members of a small village or aleta in the area, far from the larger cities. Why is their language called Truth anyway, and also capitalized? The wire and metal frame was built by someone skilled with the Numenera. He or she used disparate devices to create a beautiful vortex of light. This is a memorial for someone, or perhaps several someones, built with great care. The artisan's loss weighs heavily on you as you look upon the piece. You reflect for a moment on the sorrow the artisan of this memorial must have felt, carving each word by hand, shaping their faces in light. Then it's time to move on. Huh. Well, that's a hell of a thing. Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's, yeah, whether or not I feel like walking through this. So... Okay, so I've got three stupid options here. I can start walking through space terrors, I can dive into the acid, or I can look into the portal that would turn me into some kind of undying horror. I'm not gonna lie, I hate these plans. They're terrible. Okay, since any one of these three... Actually, no, okay. You know what? We're at full health.
Yes. Now.
Oh, this is such a terrible idea. This is such a terrible idea. Well, I can roll 100. They're using 2 points from either one of these guys. Alright, Tiber, this is why I brought you. You can do it. As you dive into the water and your eyes instantly start burning, your body is aflame, but you kick down, determined, and scrabble for the globe. As soon as it's safe in your hand, you kick back to the surface. You are screaming in pain as you climb from the pool. After agonizing minutes, you're able to pull yourself together long enough to examine the globe. When you do, you discover it holds a treasure trove. Oh, 2 damage. Pfft. Okay, let's take a look at this stuff. 7th Slipknot. Oh, wow. At first glance, this appears to be a crude arm bracelet worn in the shape of a hangman's noose. The kind of item a macabre child might make. Closer examination of any of the 3 cords used in the weave twists the perception of the viewer, making that cord appear to grow thicker, while one of the other 2 thins and fades from sight. By breaking the knot, it is possible to absorb the object's powers. Neat, okay. What else did we get? Okay, I saw this wrap. +2 int, +1 damage per effort, but -1 int edge. This wrap is made of an airy fabric that is dull in hue, but shimmers effervescently with a slight silver light upon closer inspection. It is extraordinarily soft and slightly cold to the touch, imbuing its wearer with an enhanced intellect. Some old stories claim that some coldness seeps into the wearer's personality, taking a part of their warmth and humanity. Huh. Didn't I get 3 things? I thought I saw 3. I know there's some money. Oh, here, bronze sphere. This is a fist-sized bronze sphere you removed from it. Oh, no, that was the one that was in our head. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to glance back at the recording here. Let's give this to someone. Here, Rin. Would you carry this around for a little bit, please? Okay, alright, and we're gonna take a break here, and then I'll contemplate which stupid thing I wish to do next, and we will return soon. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.